Well. It seems a massive coincidence. I put up this, woo, loads of Marvel and DC things, and some DC news, And before I get into the stupidity of what I'm going to call it stupid, because it is stupid, because it's just stupid. Just call a cow a cow. It's stupid. Everybody knows my channel is, am I invested in DC and Marvel? Not in the universes. I like the comics, but I'm really heavily more into 2000 AD. Yeah. So it's good to see. I like my perspective, I suppose, because I'm out of it. The love isn't there, So it's quite interesting when you see people not taking the L. Yeah. James Gunn. I love how, if you just read the first line, the third line there, contains minority of people. The minority. So who's invested in what he's doing? He's been given the DC universe. Now, he's been caught out on Twitter, on not just on this, but on other things that he said previously, that he said he deleted, automated deletion. Now, unless you're high up and you got a blue tick, maybe you can do it. But I've started a new channel and I got rid of my old tweets. I did them manually. It takes a while. So maybe he means automated. He's got somebody employed to do it. I don't know. But so this is only being put out there because of one thing: Henry Cavill. Not in Superman. Not Superman. Fans wanted Superman. It would be like at Christmas or birthday or whatever, holidays, is you get your PlayStation 5. You got the box. You're so excited. Oh, wow. You open it up and it's an empty box. That is what they did with Henry Cavill. One, you put him in Black Adam. Two, you have done all the reshoots and put him in the Flash movie. And then he announces, I'm back. The fans go crazy. Now, I'm not on about the casual fans. I'm on about the fans of DC and Superman and possibly Henry Cavill, because there's a lot out there. So you give that out there and then you then do that. It's just pathetic, really. Because you just gone out there, and I don't care what anybody says. That is an attack on the fans. That is saying that you don't know what you love, I do. Now, because I'm maybe not I like movies. I love any movie, that's good. I even like some bad ones if they're fun. But I was like, after this got announced, I was like, well, okay, James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn. And then I was like, James Gunn. What's James Gunn actually done that I've actually liked? Okay, now I'm going to go what he's written, because he normally writes and directs the programs, things like that. Now, the holiday special, Guardians of the Galaxy, it was what it was, wasn't it? It was nothing to write home about. It was like half the cast blatantly didn't want to be there. They was contractable, to do the job. So that was okay. Peacemaker, never seen it, but I'll get onto that. Why have I not seen it? Because, well, let's go on to it. I didn't like the character. So the character was really, really boring. So that was why I didn't really watch it. Okay, and then you got, I don't know, something about 25. Then you got the big one, the Suicide Squad. Yeah, so I'm going to be out there. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. It was just, it's just what we had before. The funny Guardians of the Galaxy thing. And then, of course, you get his Guardians of the Galaxy one. Now, if you go by Volume 1, that was good. Volume 2, movie. But it's died a death. And why has it died a death? Why? Because everybody went to copy it. Because, look, everybody likes funny. No, everybody liked it because it was different at the time. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. It was different. I'm looking forward to 3 because I'm hoping it's better than 2. But it's going to, it's one of those ones. So then you've got a couple other things. Then you've got that movie 43, what was awful. absolutely awful. And then he just goes into like, well, Super, and then like some other ones like PG porn and like Sliver and like that other things he's like written, Lolly Love, and then I'm like, how has he got the DC studio universe? Because except for a Scooby-Doo 2, you know, and like the screenplay for Dawn of the Dead, that you couldn't go much wrong because you're ripping off, you know, that. And I was like, so you've got people years of investment into the DC universe, and okay, ignoring that, he doesn't seem to got the accreditation. I don't know. I think if you write a one-off and it's amazing, then you boost off there. But you know what he's done, Guardians of the Galaxy, that's good. Let's be honest. The Suicide Squad, I didn't like. Yeah. So I'm being honest with you. Yeah. So is he being like not taking the L? And I think he is, because if you came out and changed the wording slightly, this is like me and Peter, you know, have a different idea, where unfortunately we are going in a different direction that the studio initially came up with because we pitched a better idea. Most of the fans, I think, would have gone, okay, fair enough. But you need to address that you just literally, well, you kind of shat on Henry Cavill. And the fans like Henry Cavill. They like his interaction. They like that he's one of them. They, you know, he's being very sincere about what he does. He's now just gone, well, I've had enough. I'm doing my own thing with Warhammer. I hope it goes really well for him. But it's just that kind of, oh, look, you're wrong. You who love it, you know, you love the DC, or that's why, shouldn't I? Because that's where you can see it. You know, you love DC, but I know better. I know what you love. Now, that's fine, but you don't say it like that. You know, you should come across a bit more, not political game, because people see through that, but you know, a bit more, I'm being open and honest with you. They had a vision, we pitched another vision, they gave us the golden ticket, we're running with that. Unfortunately, Henry was stuck in the middle, and we're not going to use him. Now, what does that do going forward? Now, like, I'm guessing all the other castings are going to be like, but if you read into that, or like more into that tweets, it's like, oh, nothing's going to be recasted, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what's not being recasted is he's one's Peacemaker. You know, they're on about recasting the Suicide Squad, and then he went, no, I'm not. It's recasting the Suicide Squad. So you're not recasting the characters. Well, you're just replacing the characters, aren't you, then, with other characters? You know, just say what you mean, and don't beat around, because fans, we, you know, and especially the DC lot, are going to see through that. And it just annoys me to see, like, the hypocrisy of, like this mentality of somebody who's been given the golden ticket. Be humble about it. Keep the fans on side. And then calling them, you know, minority out there as upset. Well, let's say you had, I don't know, 1,000 people, yeah? And only 200 of them are your DC fans. And 300 tickets get sold to your movie. Who's the minority in that? It isn't the 200, because they're the ones going to see your movie. Now, in the universe, in the world, or whatever you want to call it, yeah, us fans are the minority. But the investment of what we give our money to, it makes us the majority. So I don't get their logic sometimes. I'm like, you're upsetting your core fan base because you think you know better. You think you know what it is to change this studio to the better. Now, I've said in a previous one, they should have just run with Henry for at least one movie. If this was their plan, and they come out and sit him down and go, we're going to do Superman in the next year. We're going to rush a script, and it's going to be a goodbye to your Superman. Yeah? And it would just end on that note. It's just literally the ending of Henry. The fans would go, okay, yeah, fine. I'm happy with that. Yeah, they were pissed off they're not getting more if it was really good. But it would have given them, it would have given most people, like, that's it. Shh, no. Now, is it because you've got all the, like the underlining of the other, the Zack Snyder's universe? Okay, we don't want that. But there's ways to do it. And I understand you're going to cut a line, but you've got The Flash coming out. Dead, then. You've got Aquaman. Dead. What's the point of seeing these movies if who are in these movies aren't going forward in your universe? So these movies are just tone deaf, aren't they, really? Because they don't mean anything. They're like out of experience canon, let's say. So it's just very bizarre. It is. It's a very stupid thing to do. And I've said it before. I think it is. There's ways to interact. And you just don't have... You can see by his... there's messages underneath that. Just go on it. And he's back... It's like, boom. Oh, that's out there. I better backtrack. And then people are throwing... hold it. What's going on? And he's blatantly just got himself backed in the corner and went, damn, I was reactive there. Yes, you are being reactive. You weren't being proactive. You let, even if Henry got told, the studio and James Gunn should have gone, can you not announce it? Because we want to announce our thing and we're going to upset the fans because you've come out on the official AOK from the studio that you're going to be Superman. But we're going in a different direction. Now, they kind of lay their eggs in one basket, haven't they? Is that what I'm saying? I think it is. But if the first movie or TV show with James Gunn in charge to relaunch this universe, if it goes terribly wrong, nobody's thought about that. What happens if it is let's be honest, Wonder Woman 1984. That was terrible. So let's say it's like that. It's just bad. Or it does A Last Jedi, and it's bad. What happens? Nobody liked it. Ooh, I'm guessing they're looking for $1 billion movie. So let's say it doesn't reach that mark. And he relaunches it with all this new cast. We've got this kind of mid-20s, young 20s. I'm guessing he's going to got all late teens. Like Superman with all the other DC ones in there. What? Yeah, what about your pans? You just could have just made one film with Henry Cavill on and got the fans back on your side. And then they look forward to your relaunch. Now you're going to get fans... Just because fans are fans and fans can be idiots, can't they? As well as the stupidity of Hollywood. We'll boycott it. Boycott it because we're stubborn sometimes. So it's just a boom. Let's bang your head against the wall and just see, wow, good start. If people were led to believe, or they truly believe James Gunn is going to save DC. Yeah. This is a great announcement. Me? I was well, okay. What's he done? Just told you what he's done. Not a lot. That's been, wow, you are the next movie maker to save a dying franchise. But if it flops, ooh, bad things. Now, if it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, it's going to be a flop. And what I mean by that, if it's going to have that comedy spoof element to it, and it's not going to be serious, because you've got Batman in there, that's got to be a bit serious. If they're going to go bring it back to I don't know, Batman Forever kind of stupid, or Batman versus Robin, I don't think it's going to work, because what happened to them? They were kind of flops at the time, Nostalgia comes in now and go, pew, but no, at the time, box office, they didn't do well. So, yeah, if he's going to play that, I think a lot of fans just want that serious. They want that Especially like how, Henry Cavill came out and said, I'm going to give it new hope. We're going to go back old school with Superman. So he must have got told that, and then he didn't realise, or maybe he read it wrong. Maybe they said, oh, this is what's going to happen because they got James Gunn. And then James Gunn came in and said, oh, I meant a younger one. Now, if I was clever and I had that money and you wanted to make a 20-year-old, Superman, Henry Cavill's look good for his age. Bit of that de-aging, you could slim him down slightly with AI and all that malarkey these days. So why wouldn't you do that? And then once he grows up, then you've got Henry Cavill. You could even shoot the Henry Cavill scenes now, and then you've got it for future projects. Yeah, it's just weird. It doesn't give you a lot of hope, does it? Let's just say that. But yes, read into it what you want. It's just to see the responses and just to blatantly, if you're gonna do something on social, don't come across with something that is blatantly untrue, get caught out on, and people can kick you in the beep, because it will come thing, because everybody does a print screen. Capture, snip, that might be handy in 6 months' time. Yeah. So, when will you ever learn, people in Hollywood? I don't think they are. Not for a while, at least. But if the fans keep shouting because you're in the minority, maybe they might go, why have all these franchises failing? Because we think we know better than the fans and we are losing money. Wow. I wonder that might have to change, because shareholders will start noticing. They're not in it for the show. They don't care, but they might do if the money starts plummeting. And I think the share prices of Warner Brothers went down slightly, didn't it, after that announcement? Sort of Henry, anyway. So it's just interesting. It's interesting, interesting on the interesting. I don't know what in the interesting of interest to see the stupidity. Sometimes it's interesting. But yes, but I like to know your comments on that situation. I'm torn. I'd say I'm 2000 AD, but I like the comics of DC and Marvel. So has James Gunn just hit, what's the best way? Has he struck gold, and but he doesn't really, it's fool's gold, let's say. The production company believe they've done it and they've got fool's gold, because what has he really done except for Guardians? And everybody liked Guardians Volume 1. I must say, I've never, it's like people when they say, I've never met anybody who liked The Last Jedi face to face. I'll say I've never met somebody who didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy face to face. Ignore social. Face to face. Talking to people. Yeah. Yes. It might be. Yeah, I might be wrong. We are going to find out, though. That's the interesting thing. But terrible way to start. Terrible way to start. Like, you need to get them on side, and you've literally just took a dump straight away on the fans. And fans, I say, we're stubborn. We are stubborn. We do stuff that people go, but it's just a movie. It's just a TV show. It's just a comic. Just a video game. And we're like, no, it's not. And you know what I mean. And on that note, if you want to comment, please comment. And if you want to like, give us a like. Stasis Geek.